Before Travis Kelce was Travis Kelce, where did he start out? In fact, this week he became the number one player that was not drafted in the first round and not drafted in 2023 that has had the most success in the NFL draft. Travis Kelce is 1, former Chief Tyreek Hill was 2, and second round on, seconds through 7, before 2023. Travis Kelce was first on this list. But before that, before becoming a better person, he was a distraction. We'll start with Kelce learning how to become a teammate because it didn't happen overnight. We're going to go through a video that explains how he wasn't a good teammate. First, I want to start off with this, though this will be at the end of the podcast, how he wasn't a good teammate and then he changed into being a good teammate. He joined his brother Travis Kelce as a guard, who is a guard for the Bearcats. When the year got kicked off, it was my senior brother year, Kelce said. The entire offseason began. Coaches give me another chance to see a list of things that could I accomplish, to play football again. I pick up, "Hey, Coach Reed, how you doing?" And he asked me straight point, "Are you going to F blank this up?" Travis re-encountered a new highlight and said the younger Kelce explained he won't. However, Andy Reid needed some extra time to confirm the hand phone in 2010. Travis Kelce was kicked off his college team for drugs, and how Jason Kelce saved his career. During his junior college career of college, the tight end tested positive for marijuana. He also played quarterback at Cincinnati and was suspended for playing. Jason, on the other hand, passed the test to maintain position playing out of his senior year. Like any old brother would do, Kelce vouched for his younger sibling and begged the coach during the offseason to put Travis back on the team. He said other things he had to do to accomplish this. In 2021 interview with broadcaster Shannon Sharp, Travis expressed his guaranteed gratitude for Jason. "I am forever thankful. I mean, it took lots of guts to be able to go put his name on the line for myself. I mean, I threw a scholarship away down the drain like I didn't knew nothing to me." He said this wasn't only the time the brothers supported Travis Kelce. Andy Reid and then Coach Reid for the Eagles drafted Jason a few years later, and Reid got fired from Philadelphia to coach and then coach the Kansas City Chiefs, where he drafted Travis Kelce. However, Travis Kelce done some questionable things in his career. To start a career. He threw a towel at a personal foul. The next 2 weeks, he recovered and said being a distraction into a tight end. In part 2, instead of being a distraction, he became a tight end of all time. Nobody talks about the negative stuff about Travis Kelce because he's a top 3 tight end. But we need to know how much he changed as a person.
To come on after that 100-yard performance in the win last Sunday. Foles going end zone, right back to Kelce, who thought that he was interfered with in the back of the end zone. No flag. Mukamara, who missed on that interception early in the game, was there on the coverage.
Kelce saying that they turned him and hooked him away from the ball right there. That head around the neck. He was hit before the ball arrived. Now, the official may have said that ball was too high for Kelce. Oh, Kelce is hot. Now he's ejected from the game. He's out. There must have been some verbal confrontation. He was hot. In terms of whatever he said to the official is not warranted. And Andy Reid's not going to be happy with this.
We saw the initial flag and then he continued to jaw. So again,
well, he threw his towel up at the official, and
that's
at
right.
that point, the official showed him the showers.
This is the new.
Look at Andy Reid's not happy with that behavior. It's unwarranted. If you're Travis Kelce, and you got to set a better example, you got to keep your composure.
The Royals lost 6-1 after winning 2 in a row. The Royals have lost 4 in a row. It just seems like they're the worst baseball team besides the A's, and if it wasn't for the A's, they would be the worst baseball team. And they have a chance to go back to the worst baseball team. For a while, that was the Royals earlier this month. Do we really care whether they finish first, second, or worse? You want the lottery ticket, and you want the first pick with the most draft lottery tickets. Yes, I get it's baseball, but you're still having more success drafting first picks than second picks in any sport. It doesn't matter which one. Also, you don't need to draft projects like the Royals have been doing. They need to go get somebody who obviously need trades. We'll talk more about this on Monday in Trade Ideas. And then a show on trade deadline before we get to the trade deadline. And then we're going to have an all-star show next week, as I said. And we're going to talk about the draft at the very end for the Royals briefly. Royals will have Daniel Lynch on the tab tonight, and Aaron Calvin will go for the Indians. First pitch, 6:10. Cubs split the series versus the Brewers. Cubs split the series against the Brewers. The Cubs will play the Yankees this weekend. Timlin will go for the Cubs, and Carlos Rendon will go for the Yankees. Game time is at 6:05. Cardinals and White Sox. Cardinals have got swept this week. The White Sox lost 3 out of 4 this week. Jordan Montgomery will go for the Cardinals, and Dylan Case will go for the White Sox. Game time is at 7:10. And in the MLB draft, it's this Sunday. We'll talk about it more, but I just wanted to get a little bit about the Royals down. Obviously, I'm for the Royals not drafting a pitcher because they haven't been able to develop them. That's plain and simple. Catcher Kyle Teal is one guy they could add from the bats. Gonzalez. Kyle Teal's a Virginia catcher. Jacob Gonzalez is from Mississippi. Jacob Wilson is a Grand Canyon on the third base side. Braden Taylor is a position player. I'm all for drafting position players. What I just said I'm not for is drafting pitchers. However, they could draft right-hander, right-loader, Andrew Walters from Miami. The Royals have had a tough time developing pitching. And they've had a tough time developing anything since 2015. 10 years ago, the one player they did draft that will be a very good ball player, but might not be able to meet the statute of what he was picked to supposed to be, but I still think Bobby Witt will be a good player. This is Sam Vaughn for Sam Sports Report. Thank you and have a good afternoon.